Okay, class, welcome to today's lesson. We're going to start with this little warm-up question. Take out a sheet of paper or do this on the margin or on the back of a sheet of paper, whatever works for you. If you need a pen or pencil, come on up and we will get you a pen or pencil so that you can complete this work. Okay, so copy this down. Try and take point forms if that works for you. Jack, he's working, he gets paid $21.50 per hour, and he also makes commission on his sales, so he gets 3.5% commission. 1 week, he works 32 hours, and his sales were $5,920, and I want you to find out how much does he get paid for this week, working 32 hours and making those sales of $5,920. Okay, so copy this down. Point form is fine. Copy it down and start to solve. Go. Pause. Pause the video so that students can work. Okay, so hopefully you got it copied down now. So let's begin solving this a little bit, or just talk about how this works. First of all, you got to figure out what his hourly pay is. So working for his pay per hour, it will be $21.50 per hour times 32 hours, or vice versa. That's fine as well. So you could still be 32 hours times $21.50, and then you're going to get a total using your calculator. 2150 times 32. So his hourly pay is $688. $688. Okay, so make sure you got that written down. Okay, so you're going to do this. Copy this down. Oops. So what we have here is his pay. For his hourly pay, okay, it's $21.50 per hour times 32 hours, or vice versa, whichever you choose to do. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you do. That is his pay. Now again, whichever multiplication you do is fine, it does not matter, but you got to get his hourly pay. Okay, it doesn't matter if you have 32 at the front or the 21.50 at the front, it's going to be exactly the same. Okay, then you have to work out his commission. For his commission, you have to multiply by the sales, but you have to use a true value of 3.5%. So not the fake number, the true number. And to get the true number, what do? Divide by 100. So 0.035, that's 3.5%, the decimal value. Multiply that by 5,920. You should be doing this on your own calculator to get the practice, not just watching me do math, although I'm pretty good at it. You get $207.20. So remember, money has two decimals, so you have to have two decimals, and you have to add in this zero that the calculator doesn't add. So to get the grand total of the pay, what do? Well, we just add up these two numbers. Okay, so this one's already in my calculator, and then I'll add $688, and I get $895.20. $895.20. So that's Jack's total pay when you have, right, you have your salary plus your commission. You got to find them separately, add them up to get a grand total. Now, sometimes salary will be your hours times your wage. So keep that in mind. Often you have to do a little calculation to figure out the salary. and a little calculation to figure out the commission, making sure that you take your percent and turn it into a decimal. Okay, so that was one of the trickier questions from yesterday. There we go. Any questions? Please ask questions. Go ahead. Okay, so that was just one little bit review of stuff we worked on yesterday. Let's go over yesterday's homework and go over some sample questions and give you some help just in case you need some. So yesterday's homework, which should be done, is assignment 6. If it's not done, you definitely need to complete it. Okay, so first of all, the first one here, just looking for one button, perfect. First one, it's $75 per sweater. That's how much you get charged, and you get 5, so you multiply them together. Next one, cleaning windows. Most of you are doing a good job with that. $3, okay, for the windows that are the 7 main floor, and $5 for the ones that are higher up, and there's 6 of them that are on the 2nd story. Okay, and then you got to add them up for your grand total. For the strawberries, okay, you're trying to figure out how much you get paid per quart. Okay, remember, this line there stands for the word per. So we have the cost per quart, meaning we divide the cost by the quarts. So we take our cost, divide it by the quarts to figure out how much she earns per quart. Okay, so it's a simple division. Next one, going on, number 4. Okay, so this one you're trying to figure out, you have the total paid, you have her rate, so you have to divide them to figure out how many words they wrote. So her pay divided by her rate will equal how many words she typed for her article. Number 5, okay, 12% commission. So you take 12%, use the true value, which is the decimal form, and you multiply it by the sales. Okay, so sales times decimal. Yeah, you can do it in the other order. Okay, that's fine. 3 times 4 equals 12, and 4 times 3 also equals 12. Okay, good. Next one, real estate agent. This one's super common. So you have some money, 250,000 is at 5%, and you have some money that's over that at 2%. So if she sells it for 37.5, you have to subtract in order to figure out how much extra. So you would subtract, and that's the amount that she earns 2% commission on. So then you can go 2%, this amount of money, times 2%. Once you have the commission at 5% and the commission at 2%, we add them up to get a grand total. This is very, very common for real estate. Okay, very, very common. Number 7, rate of commission. So we looked at that one. How much you made divided by your sales. Okay, how much you make or made divided by your sales. And don't forget to times it by 100 because you're turning your decimal into a percent. All right, almost done here. Any questions before we move on? You can ask now. Questions? Questions? Benson, don't look so confused. Questions? Okay, number 8. So you got 3 employees. So first of all, you got to figure out the salary for these 3 employees. So there are, they work 8 hours. Each one works 8 hours, makes $8 an hour, and then there's 3 of them. So this will tell you the total salary for all 3 employees. Now that you have the salary, you got to figure out your commission. But you got to get a total. So you have to add up these 3 numbers, add up those 3 numbers, all the sales, to find a total sales. And then you're finding 12% of the total sales. 12% total sales. Yep, 12% must be a decimal. Okay, so 12% as a decimal times total sales. Then what you're going to do, once you find the commission, okay, 12% of total sales, add up salary plus commission equals your total income how much they have to pay for that work. Sorry, how much was paid to the employees for that work on that day. Questions, comments, concerns? Okay, go Wolves. Number 9. So number 9 is a contract one. You have to figure out your total expenses. So the expenses were listed. Where were they? Nope. Okay, so what you're doing, you have these contracts. You have to add them up. So add up these contracts. And you want to find a total. And we're going to use that later. To figure out the profit, then, you would take the profit, you're going to take your total. Okay, so you're going to take your total, you're going to take away your expenses, that'll equal your profit. So total minus expenses equals your profit. Now that you have your profit, you can then find the percent by going profit divided by the total income. So that total income total income belongs in 2 places. Okay, not only does it belong for your percentage, but it also belongs right here. Okay, so you have to use your total contract value 2 different spots. Okay, good. So this was a tough one. Other ones were so-so. Any questions? Please ask now. And then we're going to move on to additional earnings. Okay, so hopefully that helps you. You need to fix this up and complete it on your own. If you're not completed, ask for help. Lots of help available to those that ask. Then we're going to move on to additional earnings. I'll just give you a second to catch up. Okay, today's notes are additional earnings. So this one's going to be a little more complicated, very similar to what we've done, but slightly different. Okay. So often you get paid for overtime, but you also sometimes have shift premiums. So we got regular pay, we got overtime. It could also be sometimes a percentage of earnings for like a bonus. Okay, so it's maybe you get danger pay, maybe you have isolation pay for working up north, shift premium for taking bad shifts like on weekends or in the middle of the night. And of course, then when you have tips. So these are actual earnings that can increase your pay, and we're going to talk about those. Okay. Example number 1, Jordan earned $3,600, but you're supposed to get a signing bonus. So to lure you into their company, they decided to give a signing bonus of 15%, which is pretty awesome. So for 15%, you just have 15% of $3,600. And you got to take your percentage, 15%, turn it into the decimal. We do that by dividing by 100, and then you multiply it by how much you earned. And so the signing bonus was $540. So Jordan gets this extra money just for signing up. And that's how sometimes companies will entice you to leave and join their company. Okay. Next one, shift premium. So Denise works at a computer shop. You get a shift premium of $1.75 if you work after 5 p.m. or on a Saturday. So how do you find out how much you get paid for this shift premium? Well, you take $1.75 and you add it up. So regularly, Denise gets $15.25 per hour. So if you add the $1.75, then she gets $17 per hour when she's working the shifts that pay shift premium. Okay. So just write this down right over here. Regular wage is $15.25, and so we get $17 an hour for the shift premium wage. Okay. Shift premium wage, $17 an hour. That only applies when she's working the shifts that Saturday or after 5 p.m. Okay, so you have to go after 5 p.m. or Saturday. That's super important to note. So she'll get her shift premium on this day because she works a few hours after 5. Here she works a few hours after 5. Here she works a few hours after 5. And here she gets it all day on Saturday because Saturday is shift premium day. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to separate the regular hours and the premium hours. And that's a complicated part, is to separate them out. So you're going to have regular time, and then you'll have shift premium time, or premium time, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we have to separate that out, then go hours times your wage, hours times your wage. Okay, but figuring out the hours is the tricky part. Okay, so take a second, write that down. So here we have it broken down. Okay, Monday, 8 hours for regular time, no shift premium hours. Okay. Then looking at the next day, she has 3 hours for regular, but then she also works from 5 to 8 at shift premium, so 3 hours of shift premium. Okay. Wednesday, she works from 2 to 7, so you can see up top, 2 to 7, so that means from 2 to 5 there are regular hours, and from 5 to 7 2 hours of shift premium. Friday, exact same thing. Okay, so Friday she works 12 till 8, so regular time is 12 to 5. Okay, so 12 to 5 is regular time at 5 hours, and then shift premium time is from 5 to 8, 3 hours. Okay. Saturday all day is not regular time, it's shift premium time. Okay, so really this chart is screwed up. They did a mistake here. This should be 6 hours of premium time. Adding them all up then, 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 3 is 8, plus 6 is how many? Scratch that out. 6 and 6 is 18, 20. So 20 hours at shift premium and 25 hours at regular. Okay, so this person then did figure out regular pay, figure out shift premium pay, add them up for a grand total. So it's the same thing we've been doing, just slightly different, working sideways. Okay. Notice that you have the different wages. Shift premium is $17 an hour. Regular time is $15.25 an hour. Any questions? Ask now. Anyone? 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 Okay, moving on then. So next, Sam works at a local restaurant. He gets $165.32 in tips. If that's 15% of his sales, how much was his sales? So keep in mind here we have pay, or tips in this case. Tips equals the percent as a decimal times the sales. So now we know these two. We know the tips, we know the percent. So what we have to do is divide to find the sales. So tips divided by percent equals the sales that were made by Sam. Good job, Sam. Okay, so here we have the work. I've kind of set it up the other direction, just fine though. So 15% times some number, okay, equals $165.32. So 165.32 divided by the percent equals $1,102.13. So that's the sales that he made, that he brought into the company. Any questions? Okay, so your homework today is to finish assignment 7. Okay, go through assignment 7, making sure you can get this done. Some different types of questions here as you work through. You have to compare a few different things, etc., etc. Work out shift hours, regular hours, and a few other items. Okay, quite a few questions, but you got a lot of time to answer it. So you need to get work so that you're ready for Monday to move on to net pay and deductions. Okay, and on Monday we talked about gross pay, taxable income, deductions or taxes, and net pay, which is what you actually will see on your taxes, on your paycheck. Okay, begin. Good luck. Enjoy. Have fun. Go Wolves.